Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Black Male Advice TV, Ringo TV Reactions. Yeah, that's right. We back again with another video. 10 signs she's a thought for the streets. Reaction. But there's a twist to this. We judged 2 signs. See, we don't need 10. It's a waste of time going through 10. All we need is 2 signs. And she's for the streets. So, you know the drill. Let's react to this.
Hey guys, it's your girl Melanie, and today we're going to be reacting to a video of 10 signs that she's a thought. And this video comes from a guy named Austin Dunham. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I never really heard of him. But an interesting fact is that he's actually here in my city in Orlando. So is my city full of thoughts? We'll see. But I'm going to give my take on it from a female perspective. I think we have quite a bit of...
Let's rewind that back.
It's your girl Melanie, and today we're going to be reacting to a video of 10 signs that she's a thought. And this video comes...
Now, first thing first, we have our girl Melanie King, who's reviewing a video, and she's going to give us 10 signs of a thought. You know, not 10 signs of how to be a wife, or 10 signs of wife material, or 10 signs to know that this woman is for you. 10 signs that she's a thought. I mean, is it really that hard to figure that out? But let's go. From
a guy named Austin Dunham. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I never really heard of him.
So let me get this straight. You're reviewing a video from a guy, but you never really heard of him. Right. So how did you find that video? Like, you had to been watching the material, right? And you were looking for something that deals with a thought. Not something that deals with a wife. Right? Okay, let's go.
But an interesting fact is that he's actually here in my city in Orlando.
Isn't that interesting? He's in your city. Wow.
So is my city full of thoughts? We'll see.
Is your city full of thoughts? I think you know the answer to that one.
But I'm going to give my take on it from a female perspective. I think
from a female's perspective, this should be interesting.
Quite a bit of age difference as well. So let's see what he has to say. I'm kind of nervous.
You're not nervous because you viewed the video already. This is crazy, man. People act like they're viewing it with you at the same time. They already done viewed the video, fam. But anyway, let's go.
Bartenders, exotic waitresses, cam girls, OnlyFans, strippers, anything of that realm where their job depends on their looks, their body. Chances are, yo, what is up, 80 team?
Now, notice what he just said there. He said women that is in those fields and their looks and everything depends. Like it's like their looks is what they need in order to be successful. Keep that in mind, fam. Let's go.
Austin Dunn back again with another video. And today we have a pretty controversial topic to talk about.
There's really nothing controversial because this is like everyday practice out here in these streets.
As you see, today we're going to discuss 10 signs that she is probably a...
Now listen carefully, fam. Listen carefully to this clown that Melanie is reacting to. Listen carefully. This is interesting now. You know, you may have to put up your volume a little bit.
Thought, or a promiscuous woman, a hoe, however you want to coin the phrase, all right? So I know that this is controversial, and disclaimer, I love thoughts.
He loved thoughts.
What?
Now, at that point, all his credibility just went out the window, fam. At that point, that's why I'm cutting this down to only 2 signs, because we're dealing with a guy who is giving you 10 signs of how to identify a 304. And Melanie is reviewing that particular video, right? And he starts off his introduction with a disclaimer by letting everybody know that, it's controversial and all this other stuff. And then he says the interesting thing. He said that he loved so-called thoughts. Now, I don't know. That right there speaks volumes of his character. Let's go.
Hoes.
Listen, let's go.
This is controversial, and disclaimer, I love thoughts. I love them. I love hoes, and I've dealt with many of them.
Wow.
Okay. So he loved him. He loves thoughts. Okay. So
Now, notice that this guy just finished saying that he loved 304s. That's what he's into, right? And Melanie, the Christian woman, right? She is kind of just, acting like she's shocked, like she's surprised, even though she already seen the video already. Right? She's not directing the women to become wives. She's not, saying this is wrong, this is not right. Men like this are not good sisters. You need to find better men than this. We all know that the only reason why she went to his platform is because the brother has a workout channel. You know what I'm saying? She's out there. She got her eye on him. You know how it go. You already done know how it is in these streets, fam. So she don't really care because, again, this is what I've been teaching in these videos, fam, that modern women gravitate towards toxic men. They love those kind of guys. Even though he says that he deals with 304s, you have to understand that these particular modern women are attracted to those kind of guys. Let's see what she got to say. Let's go.
he's giving thoughts a lot of love. He's
Notice how she's smiling, fam. Notice that. She said he's giving thoughts a lot of love. And she's smiling with that stuff, fam. Let's go.
Feel like you maybe fit on his list. He's saying he actually likes you a lot, so don't be offended.
Notice that. She is not trying to offend a thought or 304, whatever the case is. She's not trying to offend them. This is typical of the so-called modern woman. They never hold anything accountable. They never speak against the grain. They never go against the grain. They never promote morals and values. They never do any of that because they trying to be on the safe line so that they can be literally liked by everybody. Let's listen in.
That's why I'm able to actually make this list. And I swear to you, I came up with these 10 things.
In other words, he's able to make this list because he believes he is in this field of dealing with 304s. So what better person to understand the signs from than from a man that actually deals with 304s? And I want to know from Melanie, how does this help the sisters in the community? How does this help them to find a husband? How does this help them to do anything? It does nothing for them, you see, because a true reaction to a video is to not only understand what's going on in these streets, but also to offer advice to the people. Women should not even be around guys like this. Women should not be dealing with men like this. These are toxic men, and women who support men like this are toxic as well. Let's go.
Then 5 minutes, right? Just because I've experienced with them, and I have experience with them. But like I said, I have nothing against them. If you want to be a hoe, you do that. If anything, it makes it easier for all of us guys, right?
Wow, you hear that, fam? It makes it easier for all of us guys. So let me get this straight. You're teaching guys about the signs of a thought, right? Of a 304. And for whatever reason, you're telling us brothers that let these women just continue being the way they are, right? And because it makes it easier for all of us brothers. Now, if Melanie King is a Christian, mind you, a woman of the cloth, you would think that she would give this guy some pushback for saying that, he's promoting that women be 304s and he want them to be like that because it makes it easier for us guys. Easier for us guys for what? See, easier for us guys to get the box. Now, is that what Melanie King is promoting to the sisters? Shouldn't Melanie King give this particular kind of guy pushback? Because, when you do a reaction, right, and you're not giving pushback, and don't try to do the pushback stuff now, Melanie. Don't try to do that now because we'll know that you're all cap. And even if you try to give pushback, we're going to know based on your character that you're just acting. See, someone like me, Black Male Advice TV, I always had the standard of giving pushback when there is dysfunction. Right. I don't just go with the flow, with the get along gang. We don't do that around here. Right. This guy wanted to be easy for brothers to slide up in women and take advantage of them, pump and dump, lead them with babies. And Melanie King is sitting there smiling. And this to her is a joke. Let's go.
So go explore your sexuality. Don't get offended by this video.
Notice he's telling the women to go explore their sexuality and to not get offended by his video. That's what you call a male simp who panders towards women. And this is why the community is destroyed. Now, is Melanie going to tell you that? Of course not. He's telling women to go out there and be promiscuous and do what they do and to not be offended by his video. In other words, he's saying, don't put me in the category of these guys on YouTube who speak the truth to try to hold you accountable, right? So Melanie is not going to go and give him any pushback because, again, she want to be in the safe zone. Let's go.
This video is more for guys who actually, want to take a girl serious or want to get into a relationship with her.
So here you are taking advice from a guy who loves 304s, right? But he says he's doing this video for the guys who want to take a woman serious. So you're taking advice from a guy who don't take women serious, right? You're taking advice from a guy that love 304s, a guy that don't care about relationships. But he's going to give you advice on identifying a 304 because you want to take a woman serious. You can't make this up, people. You really can't. You really can't. This is the madness that we have in social media where people take advice from the worst possible toxic people. Let's go.
If she's hitting any of these signs, or I would say at least 5 or more, then it's a good chance she's probably a thought, bro.
If a woman is hitting one of the signs, then she's a 304. We don't have to go to 5. We don't have to go to 10. If a guy robbed a bank one time, right, he committed burglary. There's no 10 signs to if he's a robber. If you steal, you steal. There's no 10 signs to identifying an adulteress. If your woman is giving another man head, then she's an adulteress. Do you understand my points, brothers? Now, let's go.
Number 4.
What I like about this, automatically, he's not shaming any woman. If you want to be a thought, then go ahead and be a thought.
Notice what she said. If you want to be a thought, go ahead and be a thought. This is coming from Melanie King, fam. Melanie King just said that, fam. So she's not holding nobody accountable. So if they talk about Brittany Renner, if they talk about any of these other women in social media, why are they talking about them for? Why are they talking about any woman that is out there being a 304? Let that make sense, fam. Think about this, fam. If she is co-signing him praising 304s, and according to Melanie, she's saying that he's not shaming them for anything, right? Then that means any video that you see of Melanie talking about women that are for the streets, and she's talking about them in any sort of way that make it look like something they're doing ain't right, then that means she's pure. It's just pure hypocrisy at this point. And she got videos like that on her platform where she talk about different women. She talk about this and she talk about that. But yet she's acting as if though this guy is doing something commendable. Notice she gave him no pushback for the things that he had to say. How does that help the modern woman? This is why you're not supposed to be taking advice from people that are toxic. Let's go.
Let me turn this off. It's off. And I don't know much about thought culture. Like I said, I haven't been in the dating scene in like 15 years.
She don't know nothing about thought culture, but she's acting like she don't have the internet and she don't have a TV. Really? Okay, let's go.
So I'm gonna take his word for it.
So you're gonna take his word for it. Okay, let's see. How do you identify and rate this particular guy, Melanie? How do you rate this guy?
Seems to be an expert on it, and
he seems to be an expert on it. She said that guy, in whom she said in the beginning that she really don't know nothing about. In the beginning of the video, she said she don't even know who he is. But she's taken his word for it, and she crowned him as an expert. You see what we have to deal with in this social media, YouTube streets, where people just identify people as experts. So I guess Kevin Samuels is an expert, right? I guess all these content creators are experts. I guess alpha male scammeries is an expert, right? So he's an expert because he embraced 304s, he loved 304s, and because he's speaking on a video, he's an expert. So I guess by that acknowledgement, I'm an expert too. Right? I'm an expert too. Even though I don't deal with 304s, I can still speak on the issue because after all, I'm an expert. Right? Why? Because I see what's going on. I see the hypocrisy. I see the double standards. I see all the foolishness. But anyway, let's go.
And I think any woman who's offended by this is actually really good insight to hear from a man's perspective.
Good insight. And how does that help anybody? Again, a good reaction video is to take apart what's being said and see how does it help the community. What education you can learn and what can become out of this. Women cannot benefit from this if you're not giving them no advice on how to better themselves. And that's something you will never find from these particular platforms that act as if though they're doing reaction videos. And really, they're not helping anybody. Because at the end of the day, the guy that they're using is toxic. So if anything, you need to focus on reacting to the toxic nature of the individual so that you can bring about truth that can actually help people in the long run. That's the whole idea of a reaction video. People are trying to do reaction videos, but they don't even know how to react to stuff. Let's go.
How you're perceived, how the things that you do and the way you behave and your attitudes could possibly put you in a thought category. I
hope that you're paying attention to what you just said, Melanie. The way you behave, the way you carry yourself can put you in that category. So keep that in mind. Let's go.
This is how men look at you. So
this is how men look at you. So you can't be mad at me for looking at you a certain way. Like, seriously.
I think it's actually valuable for women to learn these things.
It's valuable, but it seems like you don't want to learn these things because when I talk about your issues and your situations, you get upset. Because you really don't want to hear the truth. That's why you don't speak no truth.
And to understand it. So.
Before we get into the list, you guys got to remember that every single girl is a thought to some extent, right?
Notice what he just said. He said every single girl is a so-called 304 to some extent. And Melanie acted as if though she was shocked to hear that. Right? And then he went on to promote alpha male strategies. Listen in.
Said it himself. We'll play the clip right here.
Look, wait, let's rewind it back.
To some extent, right? AMS said it himself. We'll play the clip right here.
They're all sluts. All of them. My mama's a slut. Your mama's a slut. My sister's a slut. Your sister's a slut. They're all sluts.
So
notice that, fam. Alpha male strategies just came in and said that your mama is this, your mama's a 304, your sister's a 304, all of them are 304. He said all of them are 304s. And look at Melanie's reaction.
So I have seen a couple of AMS's videos. And I understand there's different camps within YouTube as far as dating. When you go to
there are no camps on YouTube when it comes to dating. You got righteous men and then you have wicked men. It's just that simple. You have the godly and you have the ungodly. You have whoremonger males and you have righteous men that want to build families with women. You understand? You promote alpha male strategies as some sort of great guy when he's a guy that teach men to go out there and pump and dump women. Now, how can a Christian, a woman who's a Christian, right, who is speaking to the people, use toxic men as a way of giving some sort of advice to people? It makes no sense. Because birds of the air flock together. That's just the way it goes, fam. Let's go.
Like female dating side of YouTube, it's all about sissy lying, like how to get the bag, this, that, and the other, gold digging things. Or there'll always be about how, men ain't ish or why these men are dusty. It'll be some iteration of that. on like the hardcore men's side, it'll be about, how a lot of women are just what they said. They're basically slores.
Men don't just sit around calling women 304s all day. We deal with the issues that are affecting the community and how women don't want to step their game up to be wives. You understand? And women don't want to hear that. See, she wanted to make it seem as if though men just sit around complaining all day about women. No, that's not the case. Men are out here spitting truth to power, trying to lead the community by giving real truth and statistics about what's going on. But nobody don't want to listen to that because, again, women are out here just making decisions to be 304s and to become single mothers. It seems like our women enjoy being single mothers. They don't want to be wives, no matter how much we promote it. Do you understand me? Let's go.
I don't know if I agree with that because I know several women who aren't, and I actually can pinpoint some very beautiful women who got married young and never were in these streets. I think when you say they're
you cannot speak for what other women are doing. See, the proper way of reacting would be to push back against what these guys are saying. You understand? But, when someone's trying to fit in, they normally just go lightly. They tread lightly. They don't want to, offend anyone at all.
I don't know if they mean like they're all like giving it up to a bunch of people.
He said all. That's what he said, all. He said his mom is a 304. He said his sister's a 304. He said his grandma is a 304. What part of that don't you understand? She's trying to figure it out as if though the interpretation of what he said, as if though it needs some sort of interpretation.
Or do they mean to like once, are they talking about the bedroom?
No, they're talking about you. Do you understand? Because he said all women, which includes you. So as a woman who's supposed to be a Christian, how is it that you sit there and you don't know how to react to men that just said that all women are 304s? That's what he said. So if he said all women, that includes you. So those guys, your buddy, Alpha Male Strategies, and that other Austin guy, whatever his name is, he said, and they all agree that all women are 304s. So that would include you too, Melanie. So now my question to you, Melanie, is how do you feel about Alpha Male Strategies believing and assuming that you are a 304? How do you feel about that? Why you don't have no pushback for what he said? You see, you here trying to figure it out like you need some interpretation. No, there's no interpretation for this one. Let's go.
That's just my opinion. Now, again, I know modern dating is very different. I know you guys may, like Melanie, you don't know what you're talking about.
You definitely don't know what you're talking about. You don't.
That's just me knowing, and maybe that's just the people I hang around or the women I know. But I could pinpoint a bunch right now, and generally nobody could say that they were actually slores.
So you've been around with all these so-called women that you know, and you don't know what they do in the back in the booth and dark. Like you really want us to believe that you follow around all these women and you know every detail about their life. Please stop. Please stop. You can only speak for yourself at this point.
But I do see in modern dating times why this is.
You're thinking too much. You're looking to the side too much. Look into the camera so we can see your eyes. Because when you look away too much, you're not telling the truth.
Possibly how a lot of men feel or what they're perceiving. So.
Basically, what I'm saying is that every girl is like a hoe for the right guy.
Notice what he said. He said a girl's a 304 for the right guy. Let's see what Melanie has to say.
It's just that if she hits, like I said, a lot of these points, then there's more of those right guys who she comes across, if you know.
So if she becomes a 304 for the right guy, a proper interpretation, Melanie, would be that a woman would open her legs and become a 304 for the right kind of guy. Do you understand? Which mean, Melanie, you're on YouTube doing what you do, right? There could be a particular guy, right, who catches your interest. And for whatever reason, you know, all of us lames, you know, guys like me and others, you know, that just sit around all day talking about reaction videos, right? We're not important to women like you. So when you get guys like Austin right there, you know what I mean? He's the type of guy that most of these so-called women may end up becoming a 304 for the night. You know what I'm saying? They'll become a 304 for the night. You know, I think there was a song made by, what's that rapper that passed away? I think, what was that name of that song, man? Something for the night. I'm not sure what's his name, man. But if you know his name, just put it in the chat, man. There was a song about that same type of situation. But what I'm trying to show you is that what they're saying is that women in today's day are 304s because they would literally open themselves up for the right kind of guy, which means if 20 of the right kind of guys come along, they'll open their legs for 20 guys. That's what they're saying. You understand? And when you really look at modern women today, and you really think about the fact that they're not becoming wives, but instead they're just sleeping around, that is a clear indication that this is what they're doing in these streets, fam. So let's go.
What I mean, all right?
Okay, so that's what I thought they meant. Like it means for the right guy, a woman will become more sexually open, and if she's really has high sexual attraction to him, you know, basically she will
spit it out, Melanie. It's like you're afraid to say it. She will be a 304. Like it ain't that hard to say it.
She will generally be down for the cause.
Down for the cause? No, say a 304. Notice, she's not going to be down to be a wife. She's not going to be down to do the right thing. No.
But it doesn't mean there's a bunch of guys. But this is the thing, like he just said, if there's if it's like you know, every year, every couple of years, or every month, I don't know, there's a guy where she's always doing that, then that starts to add up into what they call body count, and this is what makes...
Yeah, body count. You know, the type of videos that I make that other guys copy off of.
It, you know, all of a sudden, a good girl who was just into a guy at one point, then all of a sudden she turns into what? A thought, basically.
Why is it so hard for you to say that?
Honestly.
Another point is that if a girl sleeps with you on the first date, that doesn't make her a hoe, guys. So I know you...
Whoa, wait a minute. He said if a woman sleep with you on the first day, it doesn't make her a 304. Okay, again, this is coming from the guy that loved 304s. So of course he's gonna say that.
You guys probably thought I would mention that, but it doesn't at all. We might get into that later, but...
Now notice, Melanie ain't saying that. What's going on? Why no pushback? Think about that, fam.
For now, let's get into the first point.
Why she ain't give no pushback to that, fam? He just said that women who have sex on the first day are not 304s. So why Melanie didn't come in and say, you know what? I disagree with that. She ain't have no pushback for that, fam. You can't make this up, fam. You really can't. I don't know about that rainbow business right there. I just paused the video and we see the rainbow. Like, what the hell is going on? But anyway, I don't know. That content creator must be questionable or something.
All right, guys, sign number one is that she does everything for male attention and she's addicted to male validation.
I think that pretty much sums up all these pick-me's. She does everything for male attention and male validation. At that point, we could shut down the video. We don't need to talk about nothing else. Let's go.
So how can you tell? So this means anything she's posting on social media, that she posts revealing pictures almost every single post, and she's not making money from it, bro, she's probably more than likely a thought, right?
All right. Now, when we think about all of these women and their Instagram pages, You know, we got Melanie. She got her Instagram page. You know, you got a lot of these content creators all over YouTube. They all got Instagram pages and they love posting their pics. They ain't making no money from these pics. You know, they post it in their stories. They post it in their YouTube community section. They love to tell you when they finished did a workout. They love to say, I'm working on my body. I'm trying to get my body in the best shape. In the best shape for who? Because it seemed like you keep showing it to me. Male attention, fam. Thirst trapping, breast showing, cleavage showing. Always want to show you their dress, their curves. You know, that's what they do, fam. Let's go.
Number 2.
Okay, so this goes into a lot of things, and I think this is subjective on some levels. Like,
oh, now she's saying it's subjective on some levels. Come on, man. Remember, these are the 10 signs from the expert. Remember, Melanie, he said that he's an expert. If the expert says that women that do these things are 304s, you gotta accept this and take this L. Because he's an expert, remember? So don't try to pull the subjective card.
for me, for instance, I work out a lot. Like, I just came back from working out.
She says she just came back from working out, and rather than her go shower, change her clothes, she's still wearing the same workout clothing. I mean, you wear that in like every single video. So you mean to tell me you just came back from the gym and decided to just jump on the microphone and make a video? No shower, no nothing, just right out of the gym. And you really want us to believe that? So you're telling me anytime you on camera like that, you just came out from the gym? Capping, fam.
Changing my clothes. If you think this top is just too much for you, then God bless you. Bye. At my age, I really don't care what anybody thinks. I know.
Why are you getting all defensive, though? I mean, you're the one reacting to that guy. It seemed like you're getting offended. I mean, the guy just told you that these are the signs. You said he's an expert, right? So at this point, he said that you're doing this for male attention. So why are you getting offended, fam? I don't care, at my age, I don't care what anybody say about me.
Who I am, I don't care. But or if I post a gym kind of like thing or me dressed up, I'll never post like booty pics or cleavage or tongue out or trying.
Do you see how she's trying to justify everything that she's doing? You can't make this up, fam. Let's go.
To pull someone in, but I have had very few, like 1% of guys talking about, see, she's for the streets or she's thirst trapped. And I'm like,
I always say that you're thirst trapping. She's talking about 1%. You know that's a lie. You even got females on YouTube that be talking about you. But you never mention them.
No, I'm a grown woman just posting from the gym, and I'm proud of the work that I've done on my body to. No,
you're not proud. You just want to be online so you could get some male validation. Just keep it a buck, man. Like, come on, stop. The experts said that women that do this are 304s. You're reacting to his video. Stop the cat.
Like this morning, this workout nearly killed me. And
who cares about the workout, fam? You still whining about what you're doing because you got caught. He got you, man. Got him. Got him.
I'm proud of that. But I do understand what he's talking about because I've said this so many times. A lot of times if you go to so many women's profiles, it is all about sexual attention. It is just a bombardment of booty shots, like clothes, just reveal.
Do you hear all of this madness, fam? This woman is in no position to be saying this, fam. This is funny, man.
Feeling sexy looks, trying to do the thing.
So hold up, you're not trying to do that too? Come on, Melanie. You know you want some male attention. Come on, you go in the mirror, you deck yourself out before you do your videos. Why? Because you want some validation. You know what I'm saying?
All these other things, and you can tell it's just about getting sexual attention.
But that's what you do. Stop the cap, man.
And while that may feel good or validate a woman, make her feel like she looks really great, to a lot of men, when they see that, they automatically will put you into a category of being a thought.
The expert just said that. You said he's an expert. An expert cannot lie. Right? So don't feel no type of way now. Don't feel no type of way that I'm giving you pushback. Because see, here's the thing, fam. Check this out, fam. That particular guy said what he said. Remember, he's the expert. She's reacting to his video. I'm giving Melanie pushback because Melanie actually practiced and do what that guy just said. But do you know what? Melanie would be in her feelings against guys like me for giving her pushback, but not for the guys like what she's reviewing that actually said what he said, fam. Facts. Let's go.
And if you're beautiful and they're giving you attention, you
spit it out, Melanie. It's taking you a long time to get them words out.
Men think you look like a thought, period.
What does she wear when she goes out? Does she always wear revealing outfits?
Revealing outfits, fam. Check it out. Now, I don't know if y'all noticed something in this particular video, but if you look at the woman that's in the video, the so-called snow bunny, you know what I'm saying? Look at her and look at Melanie and notice something about the tops. You know what I'm saying? You got the string top, you know? So basically, Melanie and the woman in the video is wearing similar tops, which is revealing. Right? And this is how they do it, fam. Before they come on YouTube on the camera, they go into that bathroom, the dreaded bathroom. And they got that big mirror on the wall. You know, women that literally worship themselves have a big mirror on their wall. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the of them all? There was a rubble-double. 5 minutes it lasted. You conceded. You can't make this up, fam. Let's go.
And she says she does it for herself. No, she's doing it for male attention.
She's doing it for male attention, fam. There you go. You have a lot of modern women who claim that they're dressing up, they're doing this for themselves. All of that is BS, fam. They're doing that for male attention. Nobody dress up for themselves. It's for male attention. Women who dress up trying to look sexy, trying to look hot, tight clothes, cleavage out, you know what I'm saying, body showing, wagon showing, all of that stuff. It's not because they just want to dress up. They want the attention. Let's go.
Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. Been there with girls who have done this.
Remember, he is the expert.
And almost always, like I said, it leads to them being more promiscuous.
More promiscuous
than usual. Now keep in mind, these points doesn't mean that the girl is a thought. Just they're more likely to be a thought more than any other reason, right? A girl who doesn't dress like that or doesn't crave male attention on social media, probably not gonna be as promiscuous as a girl who does.
Well, you heard that, fam. The woman who is not there on social media showing off her body, showing off this, she's more likely not really to be the sister that's out there doing all that 304 stuff. But the one that is really online, putting herself out there, that's the one that you got to keep your eye on. And remember, that's the expert that said that.
Okay, so that was point number 2. It's kind of, I'm trying to catch up because he has some fast editing here. But I will say, a lot of women, and it's funny to me, a lot of women will say, well, I'm going out to do me, to look good for me. But the reality is, it's just not true. I think
now you're saying it's not true. Now you're saying she's contradicting herself, fam.
Anybody, when you dress up, when you go out, you are dressing to look nice. And it's not, I think people...
No, not to just to look nice. Not to just look nice, but for attention. You want people to look at you. That's why you work out, Melanie. Remember, you claim that you work out because you're trying to get in the best shape of your life. So who are you doing it for? Because if you're doing it for yourself, why do you post pictures on Instagram? And why do you post pictures in your community section? Because you want people to see you. And then you get a bunch of comments, a bunch of likes. That's male validation.
Always say do things for yourself, but that's a little bit virtue signaling. Maybe some rare person just really does it just for themselves. I think if we're all honest, I think
No. Don't try to say if we're all honest. Let's talk about you. You need to be honest and understand what you're doing when it comes to thirst trapping and showing off and this and that. You got to judge yourself because the experts said women that do all those things, they're 304s. So that would include you. I'm just giving my reaction and analysis based on the data that you presented to the YouTube community.
men dress so that they can get female attention.
Now you trying to put us men in the category. You can't make this up, fam. You can't make this up. You see how she did that? You see how she did that? You see how women can never take personal responsibility? She slid men into the category by saying that men dress up for female validation and female attention. What is the subject about? 10 signs to identify a so-called 304. But she's not talking about women. She's focusing on men. Why? To justify what she's doing. You can't make this up, fam. You really can't.
But when a woman it's one thing to dress to get attention, so that people admire you or say you look nice or your outfit looks really good. But if you are just complete cleavage, your booty out, like you're...
Complete cleavage? Melanie, come on. Come on, Melanie, man. Another woman on YouTube exposed you and reacted to one of your videos with your cleavage breasts all in front of the camera. Them things was like in your face, like 3D. You didn't even need 3D glasses to see them things. Them things was like, hello. I was like, is this real? What? I mean, like how when you see a woman's head on camera, her breast was in everybody's face and she kept pushing up like, you gotta see this. But yet she's trying to act like she don't know what's going on. Let's go, fam.
Really, like,
No, I don't know.
The whole stroll type of outfits.
Only women know about that.
That you're wearing to a woman, it says, oh, girl, I look sexy and I'm getting attention. But the reality is men are looking at you.
Men are looking at you like, look, I just want to hit it from the back. That's all they're doing. And that's why y'all get attention. Y'all get attention from men because men want to hit it from the back.
The sexual object. They're seeing you.
Women are a sexual object. Like they are. Like we got to get this thing straightened out like right now. Like let's listen very carefully. Women are a sexual object. They are. That's just the way the Most High made it. He made you with body parts to be a sexual object so a man can desire to lay with you so he could produce some babies. That's just the way life works. So we got to stop all of this nonsense about you being looked upon as a sexual object as if though you're not a sexual object. He's objectifying me. I'm gonna call the Me Too movement. I feel like I'm being sexually harassed. But yet all her breast is out, her tail is out, all her skin showing.
As somebody that they could probably knock down much easier than a woman who was a little bit more modestly dressed. And so...
Modestly dressed? Remember, you're the Christian and you don't even think about dressing modestly.
We may not like it. This is the thing. Anybody who's offended and I should be able to wear anything and nobody see that. I'm sorry, you can't control people's minds. And
you can't control people's minds, Melanie. So when I react to your content, you can't control my mind. So stop getting offended. Let's go.
I get, this attitude today is that we need to control how a man thinks.
Right. That's what you try to do all the time, Melanie. You try to control how us brothers feel when we give you pushback. We have a right to react to your content and share our thoughts, but you don't like that. You don't like it.
You cannot control how they think. They are wired this way, and it is what it is.
It is what it is, fam.
You can accept it and live in reality, or you can try to force them to think a certain way, which you don't. You just have them go silent. They won't share what they think anymore.
Oh, I'm going to share what I think.
And then you'll wonder why you're not getting the results, or why guys just want to knock it down.
All guys want to knock it down at the end of the day. When a woman is looking good, you know what I'm saying, looking kind of sweet and nice and ripe, you know, of course he want to hit it from the back.
And not actually go into some type of relationship with you. This is the reason why.
Now she's trying to act like she's preaching the gospel. But yet, when we look at her, she's doing the exact same things that the experts said. Remember, she just came from the gym, right? Which means she's supposed to be sweaty. Now, you have to think about all of this stuff. She's sweaty, you know what I'm saying? She got the same gym top on, but she's on camera with the, you know, the spaghetti top.
You might think your girl's a good girl out of the group. Bro, no. Birds of a feather flock together.
Now, he said birds of a feather flock together. Let's listen to this one now.
And I learned that the hard way, right? I was like, oh, this girl's a good girl, but she's hanging out with strippers. She's hanging out with OnlyFans models. She's hanging out with girls who you know they're promiscuous.
Now, think about this, fam, and think about what I'm about to say here. Melanie King is associated with different people, not just women, but also men. Now, remember, in this very same reaction, she tried to say that men dress up for female attention. So she's using men. So it's only right that I use that. See, the same energy you put out there, I'm going to react to. So if this brother is saying that birds of a feather flock together and it can affect a woman's character, then if a woman is friends with women that are 304s, she can become a 304. If a woman is with women that are sexually promiscuous, she's most likely doing the same. And at the same time, if a woman is associated with men that are out there that are being whoremonger males, then guess what? That woman can also be affected. So if Melanie is associated with so-called Kevin Samuels, a guy who promote that men should go out there and pay for escorts, and she endorsed him, and she also endorsed Alpha Male Strategies, who is a guy that teach men to go out there and use women by running game in order to get sex out of these women. If Melanie promote these particular guys and many other guys on YouTube, then that means that she is a so-called woman who is flocking together with these people, which means she would be poisoned by what they have to say.
Eventually, even if she's not at first, she's gonna get led into their ways, right?
Facts.
We've all heard it before. You hang around broke people, you're gonna be broke.
No, if you hang around broke people, you're not going to be broke. That's foolish. Because you have people that are in the hood with people that are poor, and yet they end up turning out to do better because they think better. You know, that's like saying if you're a rich person and you hang around a broke person, that you're going to turn broke. No. You can be influenced by a mentality. If someone is broke, we got to now identify what do you mean by broke, because there's different areas of being broke. You can have money and be rich in money, but be poor in health. Just because you have money doesn't mean you're rich and everything is good. You can have money and have a horrible marriage. You understand? So being broke, we have to identify what area of broke you talking about. Let's go.
Hang around like-minded rich people, you're gonna level up. And that goes the same for women too.
You can hang around people that got bread and still don't level up. It's all based on your drive and the way you think and the way you're wired. Let's go.
And they're promiscuous friends. Point number 3.
Okay, so now we're going to point number 3. But I agree. And actually the point he brought up about birds of feather flock together, and when he talked about hang around broke people, you become, you know, you will stay broke. You get around your friends, the people that you are around, they influence you.
Like Kevin Samuels influence you. Like alpha male strategies influence you. Like other pick-me females on YouTube influence you.
And if everyone around you is living a thought life or in some type of industry, if all your friends are doing OnlyFans or strippers or, they're living a certain way, at some point you're going to be influenced by it.
And that's exactly what you're going through. Because the people that you're associated with all over YouTube are involved in different industries and walk a certain way that can affect you and is affecting you.
I don't care who that person is. You can think you're strong enough, but that's just not how human psychology or sociology works. You will be influenced, and you're not going to be the good girl of the group where you're
not going to be the good girl of the group. You're going to be the one influenced by all of those demonic spirits that are on those people.
Always holding someone back. Because think about it, like why first of all, why are you hanging out with women who are living that way? That speaks to your character.
It speaks to your character, Melanie, if you're associated with Kevin Samuels and he's a guy who endorsed that men go out there and pay for escorts. It's affecting your character, Melanie, when you constantly promote alpha male strategies, a guy that is toxic, a guy that is horrible. That affects your character. It affects your character, Melanie, when you are reacting to a guy that claimed that he loved 304s and you're trying to use that as some sort of video tool to react to, but yet it's not giving women no hope of becoming a wife. And it's not helping us brothers become grounded in terms of being good brothers and good men prepared to be husbands, because all it's doing is teaching us the game on how to identify 304. Why? So it can make it easy for us to get some box.
Honestly, as a woman, you should want to be around women who have the same morals and characters and life goals as you.
Are the women around you following the Bible? Are the women around you following the Most High Yah? Are these women having good morals, character, and so forth? Absolutely not. So you're not even doing any of the things you're talking about at this point.
If you want to be a wife, you need to be hanging around women who are like-minded. Or
if you are trying to talk about women being wives, Melanie, why are you not hanging around women that are wives? Think about that, fam. You talking about if a woman want to be a wife, she need to hang around women that are wives, but what are you doing? You ain't doing anything.
Who are wives. If you whatever you're doing. And it's the same thing. If you want to level up in terms of your money, your business, man or woman, if you're hanging around people who only want to work a 9 to 5, nothing's wrong with it.
People that work a 9 to 5 are not broke, Melanie. People that are broke are on the street, homeless, living in a box. You see, this is the problem with society. We have people that put themselves in different classes and they identify everybody else as something low because they're not on their level. Just because somebody has a 9 to 5 doesn't mean they're broke. Some people live within their means and they survive and they're able to live and have a productive life. A person who is broke is a person who have nothing. They're broken in all areas. They're broken financially. They're broken in health. They're broken in relationships. They're broken in everything. Even mental health is bad. So a person can be broke and even have money. It's a lot of people that got millions of dollars and they're not happy. Just go look at that woman you talked about in your other stream who had it all together. And what did she do in New York City? She went on top of a building and jumped off to her death. So her money had nothing to do with how she was feeling in the inside. So don't ever judge a person ever based on their money in terms of being broke, because there's a lot of people that are broken inside. They got all the money in the world, but they're broken inside.
You are going to find yourself not being as motivated, not having as much drive, because if you're around people who are also...
No. I know, and I'm around people that don't do nothing with their life. But yet I am productive and I'm always full of drive because I don't wait for people to encourage me. I encourage myself. I motivate myself. I tell myself that I'm great. I don't wait for people to tell me anything.
Entrepreneurs, you guys can push each other. You guys are always talking about hustling. You can be inspired by that, encouraged by it. And the same thing in thought life. You can be inspired to be a thought. You can be inspired to, to be a 304. And this is why you have to choose your friends wisely. I mean, it's just a fact.
All right, fam, you got it. There you go. 10 signs of a thought for the streets reaction. We judged 2 signs only. 10 signs she's a thought. She's a 304, fam. That's pretty much what this video is about. We're not going to go through the 10 signs because it's literally a waste of time. All I wanted to react to is 2 signs, which clearly tells you what you need to know. When a woman is literally on social media and she's doing what she's doing for male attention, male validation, and she's flocking together with other like-minded 304s or reformed 304s, and they do what they do, that is a clear sign that you're dealing with someone who is toxic, someone who is not true. And even if a woman is associated with males that are toxic, it says a lot about her character. It says a lot about the things that she do. It says a lot about everything, because nobody's going to tolerate somebody being in their circle that is doing a bunch of ungodly, toxic things. It's just that's just the way it goes. I'm not going to have people associated with me and my brand, and yet these people are toxic and they make me look bad. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, fam, if you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the like button and the notification bell to be notified of new videos. This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out, fam. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100%